Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, I planted bamboo that overrun my neighbor's property over a security light. I'm sorry, who are you? Neighbor keeps ordering pizza to my address. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. I planted bamboo that overrun my neighbor's property over a security light. About 4 years ago, I used to live in a nice HOA in a small town in TX and enjoyed having only one neighbor over my backyard fence. The plot was about 2 acres and the other side of the backyard butted up to a hay field. The stars were beautiful at night because of virtually no light pollution. Until the neighbor decided to install an incredibly bright security light over their back porch aimed right at my back patio and bedroom windows. I tried to ignore it at first and put shades in the bedroom, but out on the patio it was like having a bright LED headlight in your face all night. I consulted the HOA about adding a privacy addition to my fence to increase its height, and they said no because it's already at the 8 max allowed height. They said there was nothing in the bylaws or whatever about bright lights, so nothing they could do. Diplomacy, so I hated for this to be the thing where we finally had a formal greeting after 3 years of back porch waves, but I walked over and rang the doorbell with $20. I politely explained how the light was causing the aforementioned nuisance and asked if there was any way I could convince him to point the light down or in a different direction, and even offered to buy him a case of beer, the $20, out of goodwill, and even a new motion sensing light. He seemed nice and agreed to point it down, but after waiting a month, nothing changed. I went back to have another polite conversation and he said he had changed his mind and was going to leave it on every night and leave it pointed as is. Petty revenge, needless to say I was a bit upset diplomacy failed and started figuring out how to win. If the military taught me anything, there's always ways to adapt and overcome. So I started researching fast-growing plants to create big privacy walls and reading through the HOA bylaws and city/state ordinances about what I could or couldn't plant and if there were any repercussions for encroachment across the property line. I quickly discovered running bamboo, despite being very invasive, would grow super fast to make the neighbor's house and light disappear from view, and there was nothing on the HOA/state/city books to prevent me from planting it or cause legal recourse if it spread and grew on his side on the fence. Only thing he could do was cut anything that grew on his side of the line. So I pulled the trigger and planted a bunch of golden bamboo, which grows and spreads crazy fast in TX and grows up to 20 foot tall. I didn't care if it took over the fence line because his house is 15 from the fence while mine was 50 yards away, so I planted a bunch right against the fence and only put root barrier on my side to prevent it spreading into my yard. Within 6 months his house and light were gone from view, replaced by a pretty bamboo jungle row at the edge of my yard. Within 1 year he complained it was growing into his yard via mailed letters. They went right into the trash with no response. He rang my doorbell once and I looked at him through the window but just didn't answer the door. I unexpectedly sold the house and moved 2 years after planting for a career opportunity. It's been 2 years since I sold and I just checked the property on Google Earth and his entire backyard is bamboo. As someone who has dealt with bamboo, this is almost nuclear revenge. I haven't planted any since and probably never will. Root barrier was key. We were the recipients of bamboo runners in a rented house. It made the backyard unusable. Or make sure you have clumping bamboo varieties. They stay contained, unlike the crazy running bamboo. I pretty much did the same. LOL. HOA said I could only plant grass. Guess what is also a grass? Bamboo. Came here to call this out. A lot of HOAs have rules about the height of trees, and even of the grass in the front lawn, but few if any limit the height of grass on the sides of or behind your house. Make sure you're not in one of those, and that you get the root barrier plenty deep and long. We had to do something similar to this. We used clumping bamboo, because we didn't need to punish our neighbor in a previous house because our second floor dining room window looked directly through the neighbor's first floor privacy window and into their living room. Planted the bamboo on our side because we didn't want to watch them at every meal. Winky face. We're dealing with this right now. Someone bought the house behind us and clear-cut everything on their side of the fence. Now there's not one, but two ridiculously bright lights over there that are left on all night. I have a sudden urge to buy some bamboo. My mom's house is at the bottom of two hills. One neighbor up the street that has super bright lights pointed down the hill. There are bedrooms on both floors, and the light shines in all but one. I told them to put mirrors in the windows since the guy won't lower them. Marks down in phone notes for future revenge. Well done, my friend. I had a neighbor that treated me like a subhuman because I was a renter. When I moved, I threw a pound of mint seeds and a pound of poppy seeds into his perfect front yard. I hope you were able to inform the new owners as to why the bamboo was there so they could continue the revenge. LOL. I bet he really regrets refusing that case of beer now. LMAO. Not much of a lawn to protect if literally no one can use it. LMAO. The petty revenge stuff would be more fun if the offending party at some point was explained that if they'd behaved differently they could have saved themselves a lot of heartache. At the end of the day, we just want to teach those assholes a lesson. I'm sorry, who are you? Context: I've 20F been bullied all my life and have been in recovery for a multitude of things for the past year or so. I go to university in the same city I grew up in, so there's a high chance of me coming across people went to previous schools or who hurt/bullied me. I was well known for being bad-tempered and easy to wind up when I was younger. What happened? I was in the pharmacy waiting to pick up my prescription when someone shouted something at me. I pretended to not hear them and they shouted again. They ended up getting frustrated and tugging on my arm. I twisted around and immediately recognized who it was, a guy, 20M, who had bullied me for over 10 years. So rather than get angry, I thought I would mess with him and see what happens. Him: hi, heard you were in local uni. Me: I'm sorry, but I don't know who you are. Do I know you from somewhere? Immediately he deflated. It was glorious to see. I had to stop myself from smiling. Him: it's me, his name, from school. Come on, you know me. Me, with a confused face, acting 100, I'm really sorry, but I don't know you. Did we go swimming together perhaps? Him: no, I don't think so. Me: I'm really sorry, but I just don't know who you are. I think you should go to the back of the line, sir. I went on my phone and just blocked him out. He looked lost and eventually went to the back of the line. I got my prescription, ignored him, and went to my car and drove off. I literally screamed for joy and also because I was about to break down. It was a wonderful feeling to see him like that and to feel like he had nothing against me. To make him feel like he hadn't had a large effect on my life. Edit: I'm amazed so many people read this, seeing as I wrote this in 5 minutes in an Asda car park. To the people who think he was about to be nice or that I bullied him, I have to disagree. He was never nice to me, and would love to pretend to be nice and then pull the rug. Nothing I could do would be half as worse as what he's done to me. I don't owe him anything. Hi again. Edit: thank you all for the love and awards, it means a lot, love. And I just want to clarify that he didn't shout my name but said "Oi Ginger," and that he was probably gonna make fun of the fact I'm going to the local uni and not a better one. A pure and simple revenge. His ego was the reason he was a jerk, and you got him right where it hurts. Exactly. Bruised his ego. Right? I can understand if he was approaching OP to apologize, but just to say hi? What on earth made him think that OP would want to stop and chat with someone who tanked their quality of life for so many years? This is beautiful. I hope you have a chance for revenge like this for the others that hurt you. Keep pushing through the hurt and you will become an amazing person who can look at others with compassion and empathy. Thanks for your comment. I mean, I hope I don't come across them again, but if I do, then it's revenge time. I'll keep pushing through to become a better person. He's probably questioning his entire life now, and that's amazing. You uprooted any power he believed he had over you in a very classy way. Good for you. Haha, this is awesome. Yay, OP. If I ever run into one of my school bullies, I'm using this. I just hope I'm half as collected as you. Nice. It was a great way to block him. No insults or anger. You were not even rude. I like it. Bullies think it is all a joke, but they hurt people, and the victim is not the one laughing, so it is not funny. Good luck in university. You will encounter more mature people, and there will be others who think they can keep the high school glory of clown class and bully, but they learn quickly how stupid they look. The greatest power you have is over who you allow in your life. You did great. Neighbor keeps ordering pizza to my address. Hello? While scrolling through the sub, I was reminded of a story that happened around 5 years ago, so I thought I'd share since I am sure we all had intrusive thoughts about doing this. I apologize for the heavily detailed context and the English mistakes. I was studying in a foreign country and lived in an apartment building full of other foreign students like me. The building was divided in two, entrance A and entrance B. I'm happily minding my own life, enjoying the student dream. I had a nice relationship with everyone and was the one taking care of minor problems affecting us, like turning back on the power if it suddenly stopped, setting the building heat during winter, taking care of the communal washing machines and dryer. Time passes, some tenants left and new ones come in. One evening someone from outside rings my apartment. I'm surprised because I'm not expecting anyone. I answer and get greeted by a basic insert name of pizzeria delivery. I tell him it wasn't me and quickly figured out that it's probably for the B side of the building since the apartment numbers were the same on each side. After a couple seconds I hear the ringing through the wall. It was an awful and loud ringing tone that would make you jump out of bed. At first I thought, oh that's funny, someone also in apartment 8 made a mistake while setting up his address, haha. The thing is, it kept happening, once, twice a week and sometimes even more. At any time from lunch to midnight I would get startled by this horrible noise. It started to get on my nerves, so I got his contact by my next door neighbor, apartment 9 of building A, who also was a piece of work, asking me constantly to borrow weed or cigarettes from me without ever paying it back. He was also using my internet while setting his own. So the pizza eater tells me he tried to tell the drivers to ring at the second door, they are both next to each other, same size etc., but that they don't listen. I don't believe him and even proposed to translate in the local language how to find his apartment on his delivery app profile, but he declines. Same problem kept happening again and again. Other neighbor would also often knock on my door late at night for weed or at least one cigarette, or then lend me €1 please. How could someone be so shameless, I thought. I also remembered about the internet, and after looking up how to see how many devices are logged in on it, I discovered that multiple were using it for at least 2 months. This was the drop of water that made the vase spilled. I waited for the exam period, forced every devices to logged off my internet router, changed password, and the next time a pizza driver came to me, I took it, 2 already paid large pizza, 1 chicken and cream and a vegetarian. I hated it but forced myself to finish one and gave the other to a friend. Obviously, this didn't go unnoticed. App 9 guy kept sending me text to get the new password I needed for the exams please bro, while the other spamming me, pizza thief come out I will F you up. So I did come out of the building to see a small scrawny guy fuming while walking back and forth. I think seeing how taller than him and more well built made him hesitate a bit. We actually never met before and he probably just heard from his friend that I was just a big pushover. He told me it was not cool to steal his pizza and I feigned ignorance, saying I also ordered pizza and thought they were mine. He asked for a refund and I said sure. You can ask your friend in app 9 to give you the money he owes me and I will generously forgive the rest of his debt. I took my leave after wishing him good luck for his exams with a smile and also told him to reconsider his tastes in pizza, then sent a text to app 9 telling him he's the biggest leech I ever met and that he should be ashamed, and also to never contact/talk to me ever again. They never bothered me again and the next deliveries magically knew where to ring afterward. Edit. For clarification, we both lived at the same number, let's say number 38, and had the same apartment number, 8, but the building was divided in two with a A side and a B side. Both doors were next to each other with a written next to one and a B written next to the other. The other person just never bothered to put 38B in his delivery address or provide further details on the delivery app, thus making the driver trying my apartment first almost every time. Honestly, I don't know why people set their own delivery to arrive at the wrong address. I'd hate it if my stuff arrived at my neighbor's house. Not that I don't trust them with my stuff, they're good people, but God knows what the wrong people will do to my stuff if they get their hands on them. The drop of water that makes the vase spilled is a lovely metaphor, thank you. It's a very common French saying, la goutte d'eau qui fait déborder le vase, so I'm assuming OP is French and just translated. I'm not sure that I understand the benefit of paying for those pizzas and having them deliberately delivered to the wrong address. I don't really get it either. Seems the guy ordering was too lazy to fix the address in the delivery app or something? It could be there were previous hijinks with their pizza delivery and the customer got banned. And then they still wanted pizza and came up with this genius plan. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.